It's a difficult job to do right now, a new effort to restore the relationship between police and the communities they serve, as well as improve morale on the force and beef up recruitment. News 12's Eileen LaPalmer reports.
You were so much better prepared to defend.
Former New York City Police Commissioner Bill Bratton at Stony Brook University addressing a room full of law enforcement leaders. This is Bratton's 51st year in policing, and he told me,
this period of time is the worst time in those 51 years. You'd literally have to go back to the 1970s to have a time where, from a morale standpoint, an attractiveness of the profession, it's never been quite as bad as it is now.
Bratton says it's important for leaders in law enforcement to encourage officers starting out and rebuild trust with communities.
We've lost a lot of that, and to regain it's going to take a lot of work. And working against that is the behavior, unfortunately, of some cops.
The two-day leadership conference organized by the Suffolk Sheriff. It comes a few months after law enforcement agencies across New York had to submit police reform plans to the governor's office.
Every law enforcement agency, at least in New York State, are really working hard to really conform to the plans that they've submitted to the governor's office. I know the Suffolk County Sheriff's is, the Suffolk County Police Department, and so I think it's just a slow process.
And advocates for police reform calling for a state commission to be formed that can really look in depth at each of those police reform plans that were submitted earlier this year.
Make them look through with a fine-tooth comb every single initiative that was put forth by the municipalities.
Dennis Jones is a retired NYPD detective who is involved in a group, Long Island Advocates for Police Accountability. They meet weekly and are pushing for police departments in both counties to enact additional reforms, like creating a civilian complaint review board.
The citizens out there would know that, there's something important that they could go and make their complaint if need be.
In Stony Brook, Eileen LaPalmer, News 12, Long Island.
Municipalities were required to submit the police reform plans in order to receive certain state funding.